Greetings and salutations. My name is Robert Smith-Hancock, and today I will be discussing the Disney acquisition of Marvel Entertainment LLC in August of 2009. On August 31st, 2009, it was announced that the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, will pay $4 billion in stock and cash for the acquisition of Marvel Entertainment LLC. In June of 2009, the meeting started that set forth both Bob Iger and Chairman of Marvel Entertainment LLC, David Mizell, on the negotiation of a lifetime. In June of 2009, Iger made clear of what he wanted to see happen as both Disney and Marvel embarked on a long 3-month journey of negotiations that involved meetings and constant back and forth on the final amount to settle with. The possible benefits of combining Disney and Marvel would set both companies on a path that would be lucrative for both. For Disney, it would expand their global reach, and Iger felt that Marvel's library would be a complete strategic fit for the company, while Marvel's top executives stood a chance to receive millions of dollars for the stock options they currently hold in the company. In mid-June of 2009, Mizell had his first official meeting with all of the Disney executives, which included the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, Chief Financial Officer, Tom Staggs, Executive Vice President of Corporate Strategy, Business Development, and Technology, Kevin Mayer, to come up with an agreement that will be suitable for both parties. Disney would get control of all of Marvel's companies, including Marvel Studios and anything that will fall under Marvel Entertainment LLC. At the time of the meeting, Marvel wanted to get more than $50 a share for the acquisition, which would be primarily or entirely in Disney stock. In the negotiation, Marvel Entertainment LLC's CEO, Isaac Perlmutter, would receive roughly $34.1 million based on Disney's current share price once the settlement is reached. David Mizell would receive $5.93 million along with $1.84 million for deferred stock that he currently holds. The bargaining position for Disney was in early July 2009 during a meeting between Thomas Staggs and Jeffrey Kaplan of Bank of America. At this meeting, Thomas Staggs informed Kaplan that Disney was willing to offer Marvel a $46 to $48 per share in the mix of cash and stock for the acquisition of Marvel. Marvel's board rejected that offer on July 28th of 2009. Marvel wanted to get more than $50 a share for the acquisition, primarily or entirely in Disney stock. This was part of the negotiation that was denied by Disney's executive as well. On August 3rd, Thomas Staggs of Disney sat down once again with Jeffrey Kaplan of Bank of America, who at the time represented Marvel, with an updated bid of $50 a share, which was a premium of almost 20% over Marvel's trading price at the time. The two sides continued to negotiate back and forth, declining various offers of other terms of the acquisition for the rest of the month of July, and in the end, Staggs' $50 per share bid ended up being the final decision as a win-win for both parties, and both boards of directors approved the deal on August 30th. 3 concepts that played a role in this negotiation are bargaining positioning, underlying interest, and game theory. Bargaining position of this negotiation stemmed from during a meeting between Thomas Staggs and Jeffrey Kaplan of Bank of America. At this meeting, Thomas Staggs informed Kaplan that Disney was willing to offer Marvel $46 to $48 per share in a mix of cash and stock for the acquisition of Marvel. Marvel wanted Disney to get more than a $50 share for the acquisition, primarily or entirely in Disney stock. Both terms were denied by both parties. Doing so showed each other's game theory. All parties involved also had underlying interests. For Disney, it was getting the best bang for their buck, being able to acquire Marvel but not having to pay as much. For Marvel, it was getting over $50 per share. What went well in the negotiation process is that the executives at Marvel felt the executives at Disney meant business. They could see that the executives at Disney would not change the brand of Marvel. Many feared that Disney would take over Marvel characters and make them more Disney-like, as in a cartoon, instead of keeping them true to tradition. There was a sense of mutual respect from both parties, specifically in the game theory portion, when both parties started to throw out numbers they felt best served the needs of each party in the negotiation. Marvel could have easily received more Disney shares in this negotiation based on the game theory each party played. One big mistake that happened in the negotiation process was that all signatures had not been acquired upon the final agreement. This caused all parties to re-sign, and the negotiation was resubmitted. In this negotiation, an agreement was reached. The two sides continued to negotiate other terms of the acquisition, but Stagg's $50 per share bid held on, and the board of directors of both companies approved the deal on August 31st. Disney agreed not to change Marvel. This fostered the relationship as Disney has allowed them to remain true to how they make their films and has wholeheartedly supported all Marvel films and their characters. This concludes my presentation for today. Thank you so much for listening, and have a fantastic week.